Hey, welcome to episode 96. We made a podcast.
96.
Yeah. Oh, if I could air out Caesar right
You
now.
can wait till our documentary come out and you can talk all this trash you want. How's that?
Yeah, because I'm definitely going to do it. Anyway, episode 96, We Made It Podcast, back in the building. We Made It Podcast.com, at We Made It Podcast on all social media.
Check us out on YouTube.
We have a YouTube. I mean, we do post videos.
Check us out on YouTube.
Okay, but we do post videos of the episode on YouTube. But you know what I mean?
It's better to watch them than listen.
Subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play,
iHeartRadio, Stitcher,
wherever you want. We're also there. But also we do have a donate thing. We're probably getting donations, as Caesar ain't telling me.
How you think I got that new whip?
Exactly. Got the new whip. Okay. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. Caesar and I, this being the last day of Black History Month, basically, Caesar and I did come across a video on the MLS YouTube channel. The video is called For the Culture, Black Soccer in North America. It came out on...
You set the makeup right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did it before. Hopefully it stayed. This video came out on the 21st of February this year. I think... Okay, even though we're doing this again... I think that I saw it and told you about it, right?
I think you did. Honestly, okay. I think that's the case. I'm down after this retake. I'm down, yeah.
Okay. So, to be all the way real, like, I saw it, and me and Caesar saw it, kind of like, damn, dog, like, what about us, though?
And it's
not like we were salty about it.
It wasn't like, as if, like, oh, man, like, how come, like, you didn't hit me up? It was almost just like, you see like a seat and you wish you had a seat because you know what you've done and what work you've been putting in. You feel me? You wish you was there to really get to keep it real at that table.
Exactly. So what did you just say? No, I'm joking. But yeah, so we saw the video and I was like, let's do it. Well, Caesar's actually idea was to do a review of the video. Mm-hmm. We did both watch it. I watched it twice and I did take notes on it.
Oh God.
You know how
he's like, you know what? I watched it too, but I also took notes and you have to go hard on me.
I mean, that's you could have taken notes too. I mean, I didn't
expect you to. But, dissing me. Go ahead.
I did want to point out that right now the video is sitting at 8,800 views and how many comments as of February 27th in nighttime? 209 comments. So it's doing its numbers. They did record the video in San Jose, and I do have everybody that was there. But I do want to say that this is one thing that was kind of annoying because I looked in the description of it. It said it's through MLS Works, and I went to the MLS Works website. Clicked on it from the YouTube channel, and the video was not on the front page of the website. What? And I looked last night, and it still wasn't there. Like you actually,
me too. Actually, I think I even went on MLS's YouTube, and it's not even on the page. I'm like, hey man, where am I gonna find this video?
Yeah, like if you go to the MLS Works, not just MLS, but the MLS Works website, you have to search to find this video actually. And I did tweet MLS Works saying like, hey, this video is not on the front page of your website. They didn't change it.
When you searched it, what'd you write in?
I think I'll put MLS Black History Month or something like that. Yeah. Don't try to catch me out there right on this last day. Don't try to do that. Okay, so Caesar, I do have some observations and some questions and some things that I wrote down. One of the things that they talk about in this video, like in the beginning, is like the black community and the community of soccer and the community of black soccer. The word community is used a lot. And like, I guess I don't want to ask like, what's the definition? Like what's the Webster's definition of the word community? But maybe I should look that up. But like when you hear the word community, when it comes to these kind of subcultures, what does that word mean for you?
For me, I believe community is about, it's like a group or an area where it doesn't have to necessarily consist of any specific skin color or whatever or race, but it's just a community of people, a group of people who are going through something or living somewhere or enacting in some kind of environment. What I believe though, when it comes to the community, everybody has roles and almost responsibilities. Okay. Whether they accept them or not, but I feel like when there's people in the community that have certain responsibilities that entail enriching, like helping out others, because a lot of times I think the term community's floated out there, and it's like, what is...
It sounds good.
No, it sounds good, but it's like, hey, like, do you care that you're the best in your community, or do you care that you're doing successful in your community and you want to help others in your community? Like, what matters to you? And I'm not saying necessarily it's pertaining to people here, but I think that's your definition. That's how you feel when you hear it. Community.
Okay, I just looked up the actual definition of it from whoever made the definitions. It says a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common, or a fellowship of others. A feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals.
Hey, I wasn't that off.
You don't even remember what you said.
That's a niche.
Yeah. So, that word is used a lot. It's just like, okay, I was curious, what you thought when you hear the word community. Go and eat on the camera.
I'm not you.
Anyway, so here's the people that were part of this video. The host was Danielle Slayton. She's a former U.S. women's national team player. She also played for Lyon in France for a season. She's a commentator and analyst for Fox Sports and the Big Ten Network. There's also current MLS player Mark McKenzie. He's a center back for Philadelphia Union. He's 19. Oh, and I guess Danielle Slayton's also 38. She mentioned in the video. There was also Crystal Dunn. She's a U.S. women's national team player. She plays also for the North Carolina Courage I think it's the NWSL. And she's 26. They're all black, by the way.
What?
There's Aaron Dolores. He's the co-founder of Black Arrow FC. You can check them out at blackarrowfc.com. They are a lifestyle brand focused on the intersection between black culture and soccer. I also wrote down what the About page says on Black Arrow FC, and I'm going to read it. It says that we set out to build a community for existing black soccer fans and have expanded to creating new black soccer fans through engaging experiences and unique content that highlights the immense impact black folks have on sport worldwide. That's Black Arrow FC, and that's co-founded by Aaron Dolores, who was on this video. Last but not least was Aaron West. He's in the media. He's formerly of Copa 90 and Fox Soccer. And he's done a bunch of different things. He also produced the video. He hosted the video or helped produce the video, the Copa 90 video. Was it Copa 90 or was it through MLS? I can't remember.
Copa 90.
It was Copa 90 about
the
soccer culture growing in Atlanta.
He does a couple of videos with them too, yeah.
Okay, I've only seen that one. So they ask a question in the beginning: is soccer becoming a quote-unquote black sport? That's like the first question. Caesar, how would you answer that question? Having watched the video 5 times, joking, is soccer, and we're talking in America, I would imagine, becoming a black sport?
No.
Please expound.
I'm good. No, I just think that, like, I understand the table and the purpose. I think it would even be better, like, a situation to watch if people are seeing, like, actual opinions expressed by people, like, that are varying opinions. I feel like a lot of them agreed on the same stuff, especially for that first question.
Well, do you think soccer is becoming a black sport or not?
No, I don't.
Why?
Okay, I'm about to answer. I think that soccer isn't becoming necessarily a black sport because, number one, you can't really point to me any legit evidence shown that there is initiatives taken to increase popularity among black Americans for soccer. There's nothing concrete about it. What like, where is it? Like, what are you doing? What, like, is MLS works by posting this video on the back page? Like, where's the investment going on? You can't, like, just because some other sports may have declining numbers of athletes, you can't point that it's relatively saying that it's going to one direction. And I don't like to point that necessarily investing in lower socioeconomic families in America points towards enriching and increasing black sports, because not all black Americans are poor. You know, like, there's people there's people that are well off. But when I see that corny argument, I think that's kind of corny. So,
you think what?
I think the argument's corny. Like, oh, well, you know, people aren't playing football and now they're playing football, or they're playing soccer now, and there's more kids in like the hood playing no, like honestly, like soccer's always been around. It's always been at the youth levels. My friends here in Long Beach, I have friends that have played and they just stopped. Yeah. It's only due to disinterest. It's different.
Yeah.
And I think that ties more into culture than it does necessarily into what it costs and all that stuff. But that's a whole different debate for another day.
Not necessarily. We can get back into that.
I mean, I feel like we've covered it. You know what
I mean? Well, be real. We've covered all the things they talk about. What are you doing?
Real quick, it's bothering me.
Okay, careful, dog. You hyped up over that call earlier. But yeah, well, like I was saying, we've covered all the things they talk about on the video many times.
Like many times.
Yeah, but you know, we have kind of more license to do things like that.
Not hating.
So I have two questions. I have two responses. One, here's like, if I'm gonna keep it like all the way like real, are there any like, what does it mean to be a black sport? Because that sounds crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I mean? Like,
that
honestly,
wording
like,
was pretty weird.
That sounds crazy because nobody wants to hear like, if you're black, somebody being like, "Oh, you play basketball." Like that's you know, that's an issue.
And I don't want to necessarily tell somebody who's not black saying like,
do you
play basketball? Oh, you're playing a black sport? Like, hey man, dude.
I mean, I know what they mean.
No, but it's like, hey,
but like the wording of that is because it's like,
it is kind of wild.
maybe like you have a higher percentage of black people play football, basketball, whatever. But like, there's no like black ownership. You know, it's not like they're really benefiting from it the most. It's just they're players, whatever. Is soccer becoming a black sport in their definition? I would say no also, because there's too many big stars in other sports. Basketball, you got like LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and whoever else, the Greek Freak or whoever. And the NFL, there's not so many big stars right now. Would you agree? Like, there's not like the big, like, and I'm talking about black stars. There's not that many for real.
I don't think so.
Not really.
Would you say there's anybody to the level of Terrell Owens?
I don't know.
I feel like he was a black. He was a big name.
Yeah, but like, there's not really
I agree.
Like person that stands.
No,
out.
I agree.
Like Cam Newton might be the most right now, maybe.
Actually, I think Cam Newton is good. I think he's pretty. He's pretty big. He's pretty big.
But there's not that many.
No.
But the thing about the NFL is that there's always drama. There's always intrigue because they have a huge media machine behind it.
Yeah.
Soccer is hardly even an American sport to even be in a black sport.
Yeah.
Like, which black people is only a small fraction of the population, 13% or so.
Bars.
You're trying to get soccer to even be an American sport, and in my opinion, the reason why it's difficult to even say that soccer is an American sport because there's no media behind it. The NFL don't need stars to work. There's so much media.
There's not even just media. There's no. Okay, first of all, I'm going to keep it real. I can't name you on the top of my head. Other than I can name two prominent black athletes in America that play soccer. Right? What is it? The Josie Altidores one.
Yeah.
What was the other one? I don't really.
Who?
Like name me like more like prominent black athletes like in soccer.
That's Josie American. Altidore? That's American.
Josie Altidore.
Like from America. What's his name?
Josie Altidore.
Is Jesse's artist count? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess he does. He's from Torrance. I guess Jesse's artist.
What about Darlington Nagbe?
I mean, yeah, he got his
How about ones that have American parents?
Now you're getting careful.
Josie Altidore's parents are Haitian.
No,
Darlington Nagbe's
parents. So there you go, right there. If it's not just media, those guys right there are the biggest names, right?
Yeah.
And those names, are they on any advertisements? Do you see them anywhere? No, you don't. Like, not only do you need media, you need sponsors. Because what do sponsors do? They like to endorse people that have a face, a name, a recognition. They push something. They move numbers. Their popularity. That's all fundamental basis of just like being prominent or being a big name in something. Like, we don't even. That's not even existing in a sport. Like,
there's no soccer media. NFL has its own network. NBA has its own network. I think NHL has a network. You don't have a soccer network. You have competing entities, Fox, BN, ESPN, NBC, competing to like put different soccer leagues on television, and I guess Gold TV here in America as well. but like the media around soccer is just not cohesive and it's not popular.
Yeah.
So is soccer becoming a black sport? Is it a black sport? No, because it's not an American sport.
Yeah.
It's really not. And you have to be visible. Like we talked about last time, the media is what drives anything, really. But like sports in America is driven by media. You need to get a lot of attention. I used to say a couple years ago that MLS needs to have like a big fight that like spills out onto the field, and then it'll get on all this. Then it'll get on Sports Center or something like that, and people will be like, "Oh, what's that?" You know, they turn it up over there.
Yeah, they get wild over there.
Look at how many sports shows on ESPN literally like never talk about hockey unless there's a fight.
Yeah, that's true.
That's literally all the attention.
Going
down. And I think hockey. I think in America, hockey only comes on NBC. But if there's like a fight or something funny happens in hockey, they'll put it on ESPN. Wow. So like, MLS needs more attention. It's still operating in a very niche kind of form where it's like, oh, they're the soccer fans, and it feels very hipstery. So even to put it in like, the soccer fan has like a hipster nature to it. But then when you put it to like the black soccer fan, it's like so small because it's barely even a thing in America. Okay. Here's another thing Aaron West said. I really hope I can read my handwriting. Aaron West mentions that inner city kids are fighting an uphill battle because there is no pickup soccer culture. He mentions that in New York City, he lives in New York City. He said there aren't any soccer spaces, but okay, he mentions like there's not any like spaces to go play soccer, and like I think he said if there's a field, somebody owns a field, you can't just go play. Like, there's no pickup soccer culture. They mentioned how in other places, I know, they mentioned how in other places they have the pickup soccer culture. So, like, that's becomes part of, like, what they do growing up. Go ahead.
That point really bothered me a lot because, like, man, like, what are you talking about? Like, when the hell did you need a field? Like, why does it have to be so fancy and nice? Why do you need a reservation and 15 on 15? Do you need you need a 30 on 30 to referee and lines done too? Come on, dog. No way, man. Look at Brazil. I left Brazil in 1996. I came back in like 2003. Don't get me like 21 though. When I came back in 2003, the most shocking thing to me ever was that I never saw a green field. I never saw a green field. And that I'm not even talking about kids playing in the street, which is on the regular. And I'm not talking about Brazil. In America, we used to play in the street.
In my apartments growing up, there's just a little patch of grass. Me and my Romanian neighbor used to play on a little soft little Nerf ball. Used to play soccer between the little light posts.
Let alone with needing fields. We used to play on each driveway, and the only place you could dribble was the sidewalk, and you couldn't go on the grass. It'd be super close touch, 2-on-2.
Caesar, me and Yasser used to play in my apartment.
Yeah,
literally. The doorway was a goal, and then we put two little things.
It's not about needing. You don't need. Like,
and I never watched soccer back then.
It's almost like you have a child and you want them to do something. Like putting cleats on them, doing this isn't gonna get it. If they want it, they're gonna make it happen for themselves. If black Americans want something, they don't need to be given a bunch of things. They'll create out of it. They'll create out of nothing. They'll play on the street. They'll put two sandals on the ground 3 feet apart and get it cracking on the blacktop. Yeah. You don't need that. That's why I was just like, I mean, that point to me was just like look. There's a panel, we're getting this cracking, we're telling about the sport. I don't want this to sound like I'm asking for stuff. I wanted it to be, when I watched this, to be like, this is what we do. This is how our black soccer community is. This is how we get it cracking. If you want to get involved, cool. If you don't, whatever. But it's not like, oh, we don't have fields. We don't have this. Like, you know what I mean? Because it sounds more like an asking situation rather than telling people what it is.
Well, here's what I said when I heard that. I'm like, yeah, maybe, like, of course there's not, like, a pickup soccer culture
in New York.
Yeah, I mean...
For fields?
But there, of course there's not a pickup soccer culture in America. Of course. Yeah. That's not going to be the case for a very long time.
It's not going to change today.
Yeah, no, that's not going to change for a very long time. But these kids go to school. And in school you play sports. Yeah. And if you want to get, like... you don't need to have no pickup culture. If you put soccer... Like, if you... put some focus on soccer in the schools, Caesar, when I was like, yo, but they go to school.
Yeah.
Caesar, this is random.
Go ahead.
Okay. You might know the song "Kuda" by Tekashi 6ix9ine. It's named after Kuda B. He's a rapper. He run with Tekashi 6ix9ine. I think.
What's happening?
We'll just relax. I think 6ix9ine snitched on him. He got locked up. He came out.
Okay.
I remember seeing a video with this dude, Caesar. Oh, distracted.
I'm already done.
Yeah, you distracted. I know why too. I saw a video of that dude in New York City, going to schools and giving like inspirational talks. This dude's literally like a dancer and a rapper who rap about like guns and stuff like that. If that guy can go to the schools in New York and talk about like, hey, you know, you can make it too, like I was around, blah, blah, blah. Where's the soccer players can go do that too. Or people in soccer media and be like, hey, like, you know, you don't have to be trying to play basketball if you're into sports. You don't have to be trying to play football if you're into sports. You can play soccer. It's really easy. And all the kids know about soccer. Yeah. But like when I was a kid, I knew about, I used to play soccer, pick up soccer games with my friend. But I didn't know about like actually playing soccer. But if somebody would have come to the school and said, hey, like, you know, we know you guys are into football, you're into basketball, but like, we're going to do like this soccer thing, or like, you know, there's a lot of opportunities with soccer. You can see the world, blah, blah, blah. You know, it might have piqued mine or somebody else's interest, but I'm sure there's some of that, but there's not enough of that to where somebody's not mentioning it.
I think you bring up a quick point. I think, of course, like, for my thing is like a misconception, like, oh, I'm Brazilian, so it's automatic to me. My mindset as a kid was like, it doesn't exist really in America, so it's not. I'm not entertaining it. Yeah. So in a sense, I was kind of in the same boat as you, where I was playing these other sports. I was doing a lot of basketball, playing football, playing other sports, and then if someone would have came to me and said, look, like, I'm like, you have this, you can get it cracking here, like, this is good, and it can get you a full ride. I don't know what's going on for you or whatever. Like, just come out. Come and give me 2 weeks. Let's see how you feel. I'd be like, okay. Yeah, I never had that. You know what? I didn't. Honestly, I'm gonna be all the way real with you. I actually thought high school soccer was a joke, and club was where it's at. I'm like, who plays high school soccer? Yeah. And then I was like, what do you do after that? Like, I didn't know the process. What is it all around Europe and Brazil? In Brazil, I knew that you just join that academy, and if you go, they just move you up. Here, I'm like, I don't really know what everybody does.
Yeah. But I think
so, you know, like,
but I think that people know, like, the general consensus is like, you play high school, you play college, whatever. That's fine. We got the NCAA mafia. That's what it is. But I don't think that you gotta have it. I don't think it's gotta be like a pickup culture as much as like, okay, if we're not gonna have a pickup culture, but let's go to these schools, and if you want to say inner city schools, whatever, and like tell them about the sport. Let them know, like, there is a path for you in this sport, and and honestly, like, we said this a million times. America has the best athletes. Get these kids, get some kid that's like a little dope little basketball player at some age, and be like, look, you may or may not make it in the NBA, but like your level of athleticism at this age, like you're going to be one of the best athletes in soccer in the world probably, because there's these really weak athletes out here that are so bad and they're making millions of dollars and they're superstars.
Back in my deep basketball days, I used to tune in to the NCAA dunk contest. They did it. They still do it. No one watches that. I just be like, these tickets must have been free to watch this. There's no one's watching this, and I'm watching these guys flying through the sky doing. I'm like, and you're never gonna see them again.
No, you're gonna play with them at 24.
You don't think
they're gonna wet all the shots?
What are you doing? What is this? My thing is, it's like, can you imagine if you just grab that dude, put him in your academy for 2 years? What is he, 19? Get 19, get him in there, just have him play center back for 2 years, because just get him used to having not even like, because he might be super athletic, just be back there, get ready to use your feet, chasing people down, learn positioning, and as you go, grow up, move up. I don't see what's wrong with that. That's not here. That doesn't exist. That's not a thing.
People aren't pushing.
That's not a thing. You only get as much as you put, as much as you want. There's not a desire for it. If people are doing it, it's on a super infinite, like tiny infantile scale.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, if we're not gonna have a pickup culture for a very long time, but the kids are in school. Let's get people going to the schools, and we've talked about us doing that. Go to the schools. You feel me? Go into the schools, telling them, those kids, and not just black kids, but like all the kids.
Yeah, everybody
like we said, soccer isn't even an American sport, let alone a black sport. Tell them about soccer at the schools. They have the facilities at the schools. At school, you got plenty of space to play soccer. Anyway, at some point also...
Except from them stroke schools.
Nah, they got a basketball court. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Delores, you ain't going to no stroke school. Aaron Delores talked about...
all we had was a surf team. That was rough.
Yeah, oh man. Aaron Delores talked about it as a cultural battle to get young kids to play soccer. Is it a cultural battle?
Is it a cultural battle to get plays soccer?
I think it's a cultural battle the way it's set up in America, but I don't think it has to be though because of the school.
I don't think it's necessarily a cultural battle because, like, I think a great example is when you watch the short, like 6-minute documentary MLS did on Eddie Johnson and him talking about being from
Florida somewhere,
Burnell, Florida, and then like them interviewing their mom and his showing like where he lived in this poor neighborhood and him going to his mom. They're talking about him being a good soccer player, and it wasn't like, oh, that's against what we do. No, it was. She was just like, oh, I can't afford that. And they're like, okay, don't worry, we'll do this and we'll get him. We'll do car wash, whatever. We'll figure out. We'll get him paid scholarship. Okay, cool, sounds good. And you know what she saw? It was an opportunity for her son to go for it. That I'm sure it's at 90% across the board. If you have a kid and you're struggling, and their situation's difficult, and someone presents for you and your child an opportunity based on athleticism, you think they're going to say no for a cultural reason? I don't think that's the case.
I think he's mostly talking about like with the youth, and it depends on where you are, whatever. It depends on, but like the way I think about it, like in high school, whatever, like you're basically like just trying not to get clowned.
Yeah,
and I think about
that is definitely high school.
Yeah, and I think about like if let's say me or whatever, like let's say if I stopped playing football and I was like I'm gonna play soccer, like if I was good, if I was like the star, my friends would they might say, "Oh, you play soccer," but if I'm good, like it's fine. If I was a scrub, that's different.
Yeah, no.
But like you're better off being a star in soccer than being warming the bench on the football team or the basketball team.
That's big facts.
You know
I mean, let's be honest. Like
even if they never watch your game, they have no idea. But if you're like you're winning
if they even hear at school that you're out there turning up, they'd be like, "Hey, dog,
what's your game?"
Hey, in home ec, they was talking about you had like you was dropping goals or something, dog. Yeah.
They'll come to your game. You know what I'm saying?
I think that that is I can't even follow that. That's big facts right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally, I think everybody knows from what in high school that like the notion that you're going to get clowned for playing a sport is it's a very weak argument.
Maybe
there's a circumstance where you could, and maybe before,
in the past.
But we're not talking about we're now.
Everybody knows about soccer.
And let's keep it real. How we are today is so much different.
Yeah.
Like literally everybody's doing stuff that they consider being different anyways.
Yeah.
So I mean like
everybody's weird and sad and crying.
Everybody's singing "Push Me to the Edge" or whatever.
Exactly.
Right? So like,
you know what I'm saying?
like why not just
play soccer? Be different. Yeah.
Like so.
If they started wearing
the time is now. Or
if
whatever
they started
to be
wearing
doing
skinny jeans, you can play soccer.
Yeah, if you're allowed to wear those flame Vans, you're allowed to play soccer.
Exactly.
Them flame Vans, you can.
Exactly. You probably had some.
Never.
Okay. Also, Crystal. These are just some kind of notes I took throughout the episode.
By the way, before I just want to say something real quick. Crystal Dunn is a baller.
I don't feel like I've never seen her play.
Baller. I've seen her play striker and fullback. She's so good.
She's good, but baller. That's what's up.
A little note there. Respect, Crystal.
Crystal Dunn. I'm sure. I've never watched Mark. Was it Mark or Mike?
Yeah, I've never watched
I've never seen him play, but I'm sure. Crystal Dunn mentions the expense for the sport, like it's very expensive to play. We've talked about that many times. Danielle Slayton asks the rest of the participants if they see more black soccer players. Aaron West says yes. There's definitely more in MLS. I don't know. I'm sure he watches more MLS than me, so he would know. I wonder if they're all American or most of them are American. He's talking about. I don't know.
I don't really like. I can't say off top like that with that kind of confidence, but
yeah, maybe. But sure, I would imagine there's more than what I used to watch MLS like 4 years ago. They discuss black coaches. There's currently none in the MLS, I don't think, because Patrick Vieira just left. There's also very little in the top 5.
There's very little across the world.
I'm
not expecting MLS to step that up first.
Crystal Dunn said she never had a black coach, I'm pretty sure, and Mark McKenzie said he had one when he was a kid, and that was it. And he's never had a black coach since then.
Yeah, I never had a black coach either.
In soccer, yeah. But, whatever.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
They talk about, they mentioned Atlanta United, and they talk about, like, how crazy it was, like, that experience. But, honestly, to me, I'm not shocked by, like, what's going on.
Okay, like, what'd you think about the Atlanta United part?
Here's the thing.
What do you think about that?
I'm not really shocked by, like, Atlanta's kind of what they call the embrace of, like, the blackness of Atlanta, because Atlanta's a hella black city. Yeah. What are you gonna do? what are you really gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna be like? Hey, we don't want you. Like, yo, it's a very black city.
No.
And there's a big Hispanic, Latino origin. Gwinnett County, where Migos is from, is like 20% Latino. Wow. Yeah, so it's not like
demographic research.
I go hard. But so I'm not shocked by that being popping like that in Atlanta. It doesn't shock me. It would be more shocking if you didn't see that, honestly, because I hate to say it like this, but black people love a party. If you're gonna tell it, it's gonna be fun, you're gonna be like, all right, I'll check it out. Was it on Saturday?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that statement.
No, me either. But like somebody might say something, I don't know. But they just tell somebody, hey, it's fun. Come check it out. And here, we're gonna be singing these songs. We're gonna sing old Lil Jon. Such and such gonna be there. All right, I'll come check it out. If they like the game is turned up, I'll come back.
My thing is like when I kind of like to kind of be careful with like jumping into like we're having this like panel talking about black soccer or black soccer in Black America, and then like we're bringing up the success of Atlanta United. Like my thing is like if that team, this is how it would actually be more of a solidified point to me personally. If like this team was doing, there was like prominent players on the team that were black too. Yeah, I'm like, see, like that activity is like resonating in the community as well. Like, look at these guys as
maybe they're working on it.
I know. I'm not saying they're not. I'm sure they're investing. I mean, I did see pictures of, like the youth teams. I saw like a lot of kids of like different race, not just black kids. I saw Mexicans too. Wow. Let me show them it. So I saw like a mix. So I'm like, that makes me happy. But it's like, I want to commend things. After like a 10-year project, a 20-year project, give a generation an opportunity to come in before you just say that, this team that picked up a bunch of players off a draft and moved things around and had players from other countries be successful in a town that's known for having a black culture. It's a little different for me.
What's his name? What's the Martinez guy's first name?
Jackson Martinez.
Is it?
Just kidding.
Is it Martinez? Who's the Venezuelan guy?
It's Martinez. Why did I forget it right now?
What? Me too.
Is it Jackson?
No. Joseph
Martinez. Jackson's our boy. That's a difference.
Is he black too?
Huh?
Joseph Martinez?
Is just he is.
Monado?
He definitely is.
All right. So yeah, that I mean.
What about Midon?
Maybe in August.
They got a guy in the back line also, Parkhurst.
Darlington Abbey's there.
I think so.
Darlington Abbey's there.
Liberia, right?
Something like that. Also, so yeah, like with the Atlanta United thing, like that, it's not bad. Obviously, it's cool, but also, I'm not really shocked that it's popping like that in Atlanta because that's what I would expect, honestly. Yeah. Okay. Do you gotta?
No.
Okay. Also, they mentioned racism a little bit. Crystal Dunn actually said that she has not experienced racism playing soccer. Did I write this down? Okay, I'll skip that. Daniel Slayton asked them, "How do we make progress?" Aaron Dolores mentioned the fans being present at games and organizing black fans. I think he said like nobody would throw a banana on the field in Atlanta. But I'm like, well, yeah, we don't have a problem with racism in sports, like on the field. In America.
We don't have monkey chants in America. We don't have that. Thank God.
Yeah, we don't. I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna organize the people in like Italy, to black fans to go to Italy, but I mean, them ultras be turning up. That might be a good video actually. But yeah, we don't really have that problem. So yeah, of course not. Nobody's gonna throw it. I mean, who knows what it'll end up at. But so she asked the question, how do we make progress? I think we make progress through media. You make the progress through media. Aaron West mentioned how like the black players are talked about. He mentioned Koulibaly saying how the announcers and people will talk about he's big and fast, and they won't mention that he's an intelligent player, and we see that in all sports in America too. I talked about it a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week. I think it was a couple weeks ago, when those announcers in the Champions League, when PSG was playing Man United, and they were saying that Mbappe has the natural speed, and I'm like, no, like he has to train to be fast. Like, I did
people
that,
being explosive.
Yeah, I did that thing already, but I think that presence in media is how you make progress. That's why we're doing this. We said that the soccer media sucks, so we're gonna become a part of it, so we can make it better. And we can say the things that these people, for whatever reason, don't say, and give more details and analysis that whatever they don't have the time or whatever to do.
For real.
You got to have a presence in the media. If you can only shape the narrative and expose things through media.
What would you say in the video was something you actually liked?
Honestly, I liked all of it. I enjoyed watching it. I liked it, but it's not like I agreed with. It's not like I necessarily disagreed with things, but it's like I have something to add or maybe a different perspective, because they're saying they're how they think that things would change, things can progress, and if I'm there, I'm just saying we need media, we need
I mean, everybody has opinions, and exactly. I think that. My first time watching it, I'll be real.
There's something at the end actually I liked about
the first time watching it to me was was hard for me, because I almost man
where's We Made It podcast?
The passion in me was I want to be there, and I want to voice how I felt, and how I see things, and especially doing the show for over a year now, and how great things have been going. It had been great to be there.
Yeah.
But when the second time I watched it with a clear head, I like the concept of it. I love the idea. Yeah, I really did love the having the two female players there, having a guy who's just known for doing content, and the other guy who's actually a player. That was cool to me. And one guy who does an Instagram thing. That was cool. It was a good variety. It wasn't just all old school players talking.
Yeah, that would be boring.
And especially they would be very boring.
Yeah.
So that was cool to see that on a board.
People.
So I appreciated that,
all of them
and I like the idea. I think that it's nothing wrong with watching a video and not agreeing with everything doesn't make the video bad.
Absolutely not.
Especially when it's a table of people sharing opinions on how they can improve something that we don't have the answer for.
Yeah, for sure.
It's an opinion. Yeah. It's opinion. So I respected it. What Aaron West said, I may not agree with it, but I respect he has an opinion, has a view on it. Yeah. It's already a good thing to have a platform where people are expressing an opinion, how to bring change on something.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the first step towarst bringing change. Is the discussion in the media,
and it's in the
space. Now it's out there in space, floating.
Yeah, exactly.
On the back page.
You gotta stop saying back page, by the way.
I'm sorry.
I think they got shut down. The thing that I really did like is something that Danielle Slayton said at the end. I wish I could remember I think she was presenting a game, or she was doing something for a game. She was going to be on television, and she mentioned that she was going to, it seemed like she kind of had this internal battle with herself, and she was like, you know what, I'm going to wear my hair curly on TV. And I thought that, and she
she said that?
Yeah. And,
that's dope.
I thought you watched it. Yeah. And I thought that was really dope, because, there is a lot of pressure, especially on black women, to straighten their hair and look a certain way, and for her to be you know what, I'm gonna wear my hair natural, I'm gonna rock this natural.
Go ahead.
I thought that was really cool. And
so Aaron West,
he's doing his thing. But yeah, I thought that the video was good. I'm happy they did it. I hope they keep doing it. And hopefully, we can be a part of it at some point. Not that we supposed to be or whatever.
No,
but we're doing our thing.
We want to be a part of it because we started.
Not just us, everybody.
Yeah, I know. Because what did we start this off to do? We wanted to bring something different to the community. We wanted to show that we are part of the soccer community.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we are both black and we love this sport.
This isn't a black podcast.
No, it's not. This is not.
But it's a soccer podcast, and we happen to be black.
Oops.
Somebody's like, "You're what?"
and then all the views drop.
Yeah, I'm listening in Greece. I didn't know that this was.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I feel you, and I thought it was really cool, and I wanted to talk about it so we can add our stuff. Not necessarily. I don't even really disagree with what they're saying. It's just something to add. Yeah. And honestly, I feel like if we were there saying those things, it would just make the conversation better, not to like disagree.
It would have been fun. Yeah. It would have been fun to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly,
because think about it, even all of them, they're all from different parts. Like,
that's a diverse group.
Two of them, I think, are from New York. Like, they're a little bit like we're from California.
I don't think.
Aaron West is from New York.
He lives in New York. I don't think he's from New York.
That one kid is though. The 19-year-old.
He's from New York. He moved to Delaware.
Yeah. And, I don't know where Kristen Dunn was from.
But
she did say she's from like her place, like a soccer town.
She sounds like she's from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Aaron Dolores is from Oakland, and Danielle Slayton, I think, is also from California, but I kind of can't remember. But yeah, so I mean, and even with them, like they all have different backgrounds. And Mark McKenzie's Jamaican. I think Aaron Dolores might be Haitian. I'm not sure, but they all have different backgrounds themselves. Yeah. So it's just because they're quote unquote black, it doesn't mean that
diverse.
They're not a diverse.
It was a very diverse. And
they all have different experiences and whatever too, you know, and different backgrounds and all kinds of things. So yeah. That was really dope. Now, Caesar, you know we got to get into these young game recaps if we're allowed. I don't know how much time you got.
We'll see.
Yeah, you feel me? See, you're rushing your boy. Got new priorities.
Okay,
I did watch a few games this weekend. I did watch Man U versus Liverpool because I'm about that EPL life. I did watch Levante versus Real Madrid. I watched a little bit versus Sevilla. I mean, a little bit of Sevilla versus Barcelona, and obviously I watched the second leg of the Copa, the Copa del Rey, and for some reason I did not write down the score, but I guess I do have all the goals here. I just wanted to hear you say it. But yeah,
that's really mean. I just wanted to hear you say it out loud.
Okay, so let me get into these games really quick before we get into the Copa del Rey match, which you said you watched. I don't necessarily believe you. Okay, so I did watch Man U versus Liverpool. Obviously, everybody knows the game ended 0-0. I wrote before the game, is Lukaku going to get dominated again? Because when Liverpool played Man U last time, Van Dijk was thugging him out more than ever. I was like, wow, I've never seen a center back get thugged out like this.
Real quick shout out again to Van Dijk. He's a
baller. It took you a while to realize it. And what you got to say about Lukaku? Because I've been saying he's overrated for.
I don't think he's overrated, but I'm not going to say he's overrated. But I'm going to say he's overrated for British media because British media overrates everybody. Though
you got one more.
They were talking about that one Queens Park Ranger striker being the greatest thing ever. Like it doesn't matter to me.
You got one more day until you can say he's overrated.
Oh yeah, no, it's leap year still, so I'm good.
Okay, whatever. I'm not going to get into every little thing, but like a hell of people got hurt for Man United. It was so wild. There was 3 subs, I think, in the first half, if I can't remember. The game ended 0-0. It wasn't like the game was boring, but there wasn't a lot of good chances. I was watching it. I taped it, and I was watching it later. Okay. And I got to the 70th minute. I got to the 70th minute. I was like, okay, if there's no goal by the 70th minute, I'm just going to fast forward to the end. And there was no goal. So, but I did put a couple notes.
You're the fast forward king.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's stupid. I did put that. I think Adrian Rabiot should go to Manchester United.
Who?
Rabiot.
I haven't heard about that guy. Good. Free agent Rabiot, where he at?
I did put also in this game that it looked like Mohamed Salah was kind of tired and fatigued. And I feel like there's been... well, you know what? I would say... I guess he scored like 4 goals today against Watford, so I don't know. But I didn't see them goals, so he could still be looking tired.
Every time we say something, they go all hard.
Stop. I was vindicated about Suarez, you'll see. Okay, and I did put at the end that watching this game makes me feel like Manchester City's going to repeat for the EPL title because Liverpool looked kind of whack. Okay. Now, Caesar. Should we talk about this Levante game and talk about Bale right now, or should we wait till after the Copa del Rey?
Talk about Levante now, then talk about Copa del Rey last.
Okay. So let me just say this: these were the weekend games, Barcelona and Real Madrid. Real Madrid played Levante at Levante, which is in Valencia over there. Benzema was the captain. I thought that was cute. I was watching the game. I wasn't like really doing notes because I'm going to do notes about the Clasico, but I watched the game. So Gareth Bale scored a penalty at the 78th minute. Now, off top, that was not a penalty. I don't know what the hell VAR's doing.
Nothing effective.
Literally, that guy missed Casemiro's leg. Casemiro knew the Oscars were coming up, and then They called a penalty.
He was up for best dive.
Yeah, and I don't know what the hell VAR is talking about, but as I did tweet, I think it was episode 57 in the summer during the World Cup. We had the episode VAR is trash. We already exposed VAR. So everything they're saying now, we said that 45 episodes ago.
Can you imagine that if you're Casemiro and then like you dove and you like went all out and you hell embellished it and then they go to VR and they still give it to you, go ha ha garbage. He probably knows they don't know what they're doing up there.
He's got to think they're cheating for Real Madrid too, because that's what the people are going to say, and that's what we talked about with VAR.
Every time,
if you get it wrong, people are going to think you're hella cheating.
There's no win.
I'd rather get a regular referee mistake than a mistake after VAR.
I think the first step should have been, I'd rather you have referees address decisions than you have jumping to a replay system.
Yeah. Because
if you can't even get to a step where you're allowing, having referees be responsible for their mistakes and actions that are huge, not just little things. Like, I don't care about offsides. I'm talking about big calls.
This is a big call.
That's different.
They lost the game off that penalty, and it was not a penalty. Oh. I was like, this is insane.
Like, referees are crazy protected. It's insane.
Yeah, and honestly, and I heard somebody else say this too. Like, I think the referee, whoever's in the VAR booth, should come down and say, this is why we upheld or didn't hold that call. Because I want to know what the hell happened at damn Argentina versus Nigeria match in the World Cup, and homeboy got kicked in the head. Anyway, so
even Argentina versus Germany.
Well, that was before VAR. So the reason why I actually even took any notes on this game after Bale scored the penalties, because I wanted to see what they said on BN after this game about the whole Bale situation. And I did write it down because that's what I do. Bale scores a penalty in the 78th minute. He looked mad. He didn't want anybody to touch him. Lucas Vazquez tried to go behind him, and he like shrugs him off, and he just looks mad. And I saw that live, and I'm like, Gareth Bale is a cancer. It bothers me, and I know he's going to get no criticism. I don't even know what the hell, like, it wasn't even a penalty. And I'm sure Casemiro was like, yeah, damn, dog, we got hooked up.
I'm not fronting like I watched the whole Levante game or part of it.
You didn't need to, honestly.
But I watched the clip of the Bale situation, and I that, like, it legit irked me.
Me
like,
too.
I got upset.
Bothered me a lot.
And it's not even all the way having to do with like the athlete in me. It's just the human in me. Like,
absolutely.
Like, dude,
who are you?
Like I don't know what, I really don't know. Like, let's keep it real. Like, Bleep.
Yeah.
Bleep does that. Like, if he does that or has done that, like at least the man has like accomplished a ton. At least the man, like, let's say like in the season he has the number, he's done all this, so he might just be like kind of over it. Like, he's not in the mood for it. But he didn't do that. Who are you?
Big facts.
Who really are you? My you are making 100 million player. You are making crazy wages per week.
Probably the most on the team.
A goddamn 18-year-old Brazilian kid from Flamengo is over here doing triple than what the hell you doing. I don't give a fuck about a stat sheet. I'm talking in the game.
Yeah, everybody.
He's doing way more out here. Yeah. And you have the nerve to be like this right now.
Yeah.
You have the nerve to pick flavor salty.
Everybody talked about the times when Ronaldo didn't celebrate with the team. So, I was like, okay, let's see what they say about Gareth Bale, because you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bleep, because you're right. At least Bleep was over here putting up numbers.
If Bleep wasn't doing it to be out for 3 months and then doing it.
Yeah. Bleep was putting up numbers, so I don't really care. Yeah. That's the dude you're getting the trophy off his back.
Yeah.
Gareth Bale does jack. He's literally the worst, most boring player on the team. Anyway, so on the Being Extra on Monday, this is what Rongan said. Like, Caesar, I was like, he's not going to get any criticism. And I already knew that. And he gets the biggest pass ever.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
This month.
Rongan said that Solari is a great psychologist. And he said that, this is what Rongan said. He figures that he was like not really critical of Bale. Like off top. He was not critical of Bale. He said he thinks that because Solari said something about like, I like that Bale had the rage or something like that. I don't know what's up with Solari. Like, you having his back so much, but what did Isco do? At least Isco get out there and do his thing. Gareth Bale gets out there and walks around and makes fake runs, which he did today in this Classico too.
How was that fire?
Okay, now
how was that?
Rongen said that Solari is a great psychologist, and Rongen thinks that Bale will figure a lot in the next 2 Clásicos. We saw the Clásico today. Bale didn't start. He came in. He did jag.
Bale came in the game, and I was like, "Oh, he's on the field." That's what I told myself.
Exactly. In the locker room, the only person that criticized him was Bobo Vieira, and he said that Bale's not playing well. But he didn't really go into the detail of how poor Bale has been, which is he's been. To call it bad is we've seen players play.
That'd be kind of being nice.
Exactly.
Because you at least be saying that because saying he's playing bad is at least making the notion that he might be trying and
exactly,
it's not working.
Because that's not even the case, Suarez. Suarez, these past few games, he's trying.
He's literally he's insubordinate. Damn it, it's ridiculous.
He puts in no effort at all. It's ridiculous. It's really bad.
I would be crazy aggravated being on field. I'm like, I can't do this.
I've seen games this season. I feel like it was this season where they did not want to pass to Bale.
What's even the point? It's a fake run or it's a pass back. What are we even doing? Or he's gonna fake shoot it from 50 yards away. He don't care for real.
They were literally looking at him and just let's just go back to Cruz, dude.
We're on Vinicius side. He's gonna do something over there.
Real Madrid won that game 2-1 against Levante. It was a very weak game. It was a poor game, and they did not deserve the win.
2 penalties, right?
Deserved a draw. I think so. Yeah. Yes. And what's his name? Levante's goal was pretty cool. Anyway, also Sevilla played Barcelona in Sevilla, and Messi. It was a Messi murder show. That's what I put. And
can he relax a little bit,
it was a lackluster performance from the rest of the team.
He was like,
Messi just destroyed everybody.
He's like, look, I know you guys all think you're pretty good, but let me show you what the next level is.
He's like, I can do this very easily. Yeah.
He's ridiculous sometimes.
It was.
He makes me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, he literally can dominate a game whenever.
It's insane.
So now let's get into the Clásico Copa del Rey semifinal today. I put some things in the beginning. Oh, obviously Bale was on the bench. Dembele started for Barcelona. I did put at some point that I wonder if Messi is tired because he had to exert himself a lot in that Sevilla match. I was like, if he's not tired today, then he's not human and he needs to be tested. And I do think watching the game,
testing?
I do think watching the game, I do think he was a bit fatigued.
You can only do that so much. Yeah. Jesus Christ!
It wasn't like he wasn't a factor, but he didn't do the stuff. And I feel like there was enough space for him to do a lot of things.
I'm sure Real kind of knows the marking too.
Yeah, but he wasn't really getting it cracking like he usually does. Okay. 10th minute, I put it was pretty even. I put, again, that Semedo's a great defender, even though he did get rocked a couple times this game.
But he was going hard. He was bothering me. I was getting mad. I'm like, hey, man, he's really good. Yeah. I was like, Vinicius, it's just pass it, dog. He's getting he's on you right now.
There was a couple times when Vinicius got by him, and I think Reguilón put him on the ground. Yeah. But I'm like, he's a soccer defender. He can't win every battle.
No. No one's out here really shutting down.
Exactly. The fact that he won the most of them, I'm like, you're amazing, dude.
Yeah. I like that he just bounced up and keeps going. I like this guy a lot.
Semedo is honestly one of the better defending players I've seen in a long time.
He's really good.
Just defending.
I think him being pretty quick and athletic really helps him out a lot.
Well, no, yeah, I mean,
he can move.
No, he's very fast, but he's just he's very focused defending.
You can see his stance.
Yeah,
he's good.
He wants to defend, and that's important. In the 14th minute, it definitely should have been a penalty on Semedo, on Vinicius Jr. There was a clip on his back leg. I don't know. And it looked like the referee did the ear thing and they went to VAR. I don't know.
He literally said that he literally did an indication. I went to VAR, looked at him like, what did you not see?
I'm like, that's a penalty.
You literally impeded someone from creating an opportunity to score.
He clipped him in the back of the leg and the dude fell down.
Do that.
I'm like, that's a penalty and a yellow card. He's already passed you.
If that ref ever called a card on me in the future, but remember last week when you gave that clip? That wasn't a card.
The ref didn't give any yellow cards to the second half. I'm like, there should have been some yellow cards in the first half too. But I guess that's what he was trying to do. But I'm like, dog, that's a penalty. Sorry. 19th minute was the first good shot by Real Madrid, but Vinicius Jr. skied it. I did put that Ousmane Dembele is a low-key ball loser. Low-key, he's a ball loser. Not saying he's not good, but he's low-key a ball loser. He'll lose that ball on you.
He's low-key.
He's a low-key ball loser. That might be the title.
I fuck with that. Low-key ball loser.
He's a low-key ball loser. I think anybody that watched that game and heard me say, they'd be like, yeah, he did lose the ball a few times. But he's a baller. But he will lose it too.
Low-key.
37th minute, Real Madrid had two good chances. Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr.'s shot got blocked, and then Benzema's shot got saved. 38th minute was another good shot by Vinicius Jr. Put it over the net. 41st minute, there was a really great play by Real Madrid playing the ball at the back. It was an amazing ball to Vinicius Jr., but Semedo clamped him down, is what I put. In the first, that was the first half. I put that. First half was pretty even. Real Madrid had the better chances, but they're both like kind of playing each other very well. And I did put free Isco. Second half, the 50th minute, Suarez scored that goal off. This to start the catastrophe. Huh? Luis Suarez scores a goal off of Dembele. It was a really good cross. The shot was right in front of Sergio Ramos, but it's kind of one of those ones that kind of just like almost ricocheted off of Suarez's foot. It was a bullet, and it just got in there. I should say this before I get to the rest. So anybody who may have listened last week, you heard me going hard on Luis Suarez, but I did say something, and I was vindicated. I said that Suarez was amazing inside the box, but 1 foot out of it, he's worthless.
Okay, no, you did say that. You did say that. Because I was sitting on this watching the game, I'm like, was he listening to the show? Check the downloads out in Barcelona.
Yeah, Caesar, I was like, because you were saying like, here. I'm like, actually, I got vindicated because all his stuff was in the box.
They were literally all finisher goals.
Yes,
it was nice.
Yeah,
I was mad.
What does it say?
No.
Okay, 56th minute, I put that. This is what I wrote. I was like, Semedo thugged out Vinicius Jr. again, but they showed the replay. I was like, but it was a penalty on God. That was a penalty, too.
Thank you.
That was a penalty, too.
Okay, when I first saw it, too, I was like, damn. I was like, damn, you kind of got to just, like, get the ball for a little bit. He got beat up. I was like, come on, it's a penalty,
That's a straight penalty. I'm like, he literally tripped him down.
What's the point of, like, 4 refs
and
a camera? If I'm watching at the crib, post it up, and I see it gets so stupid.
It's really crazy because I'm like,
you can't
okay,
even do the
watching
camera argument anymore because they got VAR now.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, there's VAR. So you would imagine whenever somebody goes down in the box, they're looking at it, right? I'm like,
I'm done with it.
Get
this shit out of here, man.
Here's the only thing. I don't know what angles they got at VAR, but
probably better ones.
I would assume that they got what we got on BN Sports Network. They're not even there. They're using some other person's feed. So I'm like, if you didn't see that, like, yo, that's a penalty, dude.
They're showing me that. Like, we talked about this so many times. The 3 dudes in this room. Well, all three.
Like
25 you tell me
eight
people in a control room don't see a damn a foot being clipped?
How
do you watch the replay of the first one and not see a penalty?
Both of them were
What
penalties.
Is your reasoning?
I'm literally like, okay, they show. I was like, that's a penalty.
It's literally infuriating at that point.
50th minute, Lucas Vázquez got a yellow. 62nd minute was a great chance for Reguilón. That header, Ter Stegen saved it on the Reguilón.
I was so mad.
That was a good chance.
Reguilón's really good.
He's a baller. 60, I want to say that's 8th minute. Gareth
their nickname a reggaeton regulator or Reguilón.
Is that what they call him?
Yeah, reggaeton Reguilón.
I would call
reggaeton Reguilón. That's kind of cool though.
He looks like he does not listen to that.
No, buddy.
Okay.
He probably listens to Kashi.
No, I look like he listens to like church hymns. 68th minute, Gareth Bale came on for Vinicius Jr.
Church hymns.
69th minute, Luis Suarez scored a goal. Oh, actually, I think it ended up being an own goal.
It was
It was they counted on goal. Okay, it was another great Dembele cross, and
he's really good crossing.
You could put the blame kind of on Reguilón for that because I don't want to say blame, but like Dembele got by him. He was kind of like his positioning wasn't great, but whatever. Whatever. It's 2-0. Then later on, there's a penalty on Luis Suarez by Casemiro.
Like a minute later.
Yeah, it was 72nd minute.
I was like, come on.
Casemiro gets a penalty on Luis Suarez in the box. And Messi's a gangster and lets Luis Suarez take the penalty. Suarez ships the dog shit out of your boy. Your boy.
He got him good. I was like, oh, lordy.
Oh, that was like in the box again, though.
It was icy.
I was like, ooh, that like Sergio Ramos be doing it.
That hurt my heart.
Sergio Ramos be doing it.
Why you doing that to an Islander? Why are you doing that to an Islander, Keylor Navas? Why are you doing that?
What island is he from? He's from Costa Rica. It's not an island, sir.
Oh. Close enough.
Damn. Like Sergio Ramos been doing the Panenka penalties, but for some reason Luis Suarez was way better.
Yo,
I was like,
he be doing Panenka.
I was like, whoa.
That's what you did.
I was like, damn.
Yo, when he scored that, I was like, fuck you, guy.
Yeah.
But okay, my bad. I thought Keylor was from like Dominican Republic for some reason. I was tripping. I was thinking Mariano. That's why.
Yeah, just all the CONCACAF people are the same to you.
Yeah.
Damn.
All not qualifying.
And that's when I am vindicated because I talked about him being in the box.
Okay.
Anyway,
every time you said that.
There was a shot in the 85th or 83rd minute where Gareth Bale shot it, went so far away, it was crazy, and the fans whistled him a little bit. Ended up 3-0 to Barcelona. Real Madrid is out of there. They are playing for the Champions League. All the people talking about Solari, Solari this, Solari that. Solari is keeping his best player off the field. The best player is Francisco, whatever his name is, last name is
Isco.
Isco is the best player on Real Madrid.
Free goddamn Isco.
Him playing with Vinicius Jr. would be great.
Oh yeah.
I think at least what you need to be doing is bringing Isco on for Casemiro at some point.
At least have Isco instead of Asensio coming in the game.
Oh my goodness, dude! Asensio's washed.
Damn.
I know, right? But yeah, we had some good games. Anyway, Caesars were in a rush, so let me go ahead and hurry up and get into the. Caesar's pressuring your boy right now. Y'all have no idea.
Well, it's camera footage of me just chilling.
I'm dedicated, but Caesar's over here putting new priorities.
Okay, it's last day of the month. I got priorities.
Okay, Caesar, did you see the Kepa Arrizabalaga drama? You did see it?
I watched the video on Twitter. It actually made me giggle.
Oh, me too.
I was dying.
Okay, so Kepa has apologized to the Chelsea head coach.
First of all, first time I ever heard Kepa being mentioned, but go ahead.
Well, we talked about him on here before.
We've never talked about
We've
Kepa.
literally definitely talked about Kepa Arrizabalaga on this.
You've never dropped that hard pronunciation. Arrizabalaga. You've never said Arrizabalaga ever.
Caesar, Nor did the find it in here.
Okay, maybe. Let me know later though.
Okay, right exactly. Because you want me to hurry up. Anyway, do you know his wages? Weekly wages?
Was he make more than Yedlin before? Like 20, 25 a week?
Okay, so Kepa has apologized. He was fined a week's wages. You want to guess?
What?
His weekly wages?
125,000
pounds?
Yeah.
190,000 pounds.
Damn! Who's he?
He's the most expensive goalie signing ever.
Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. From where?
From Athletic Bilbao.
When?
This season.
I thought they had Old Black on playing.
Stupid.
Huh?
So
it was that serious for him?
They got him. It was like
he just got Kaler. He was chilling.
You feel me? People are wild, dude.
Who the hell is this guy?
So here's the thing.
What? 190,000 pounds for this fool I never heard of with the coolest last name ever?
You feel me?
That's a first name. He should make like a clothing line.
It sounds too much like Balenciaga.
Whatever, they'll come at him though.
Okay.
Has he got one too?
No, he's from Bilbao. He's from
he's Bilbao. Okay, basketball.
Yeah. I think when I saw the video, I'm like, okay, I wrote some stuff down, so let me see what I wrote.
I was dying.
Okay, so Kepa was saying they were he was wasting time, he wasn't really crapping for real, and he was trying to give some time for the players because they're going to go to penalties so they can rest up a little bit. Here's the thing. Oh, also, they said that the fine, his 190,000 pounds, is going to the Chelsea Foundation. Wow. Y'all are cap, homie. I'm like, for real? That's hella cap right there.
About to buy a new PlayStation, new TVs, couple whips.
So, okay. Mauricio Sarri trying to replace him. Now, they've tried to kind of say, oh, it was a misunderstanding, whatever. Some people are saying that he wanted Willy Caballero to come on to for the penalty shootout. I'm like, okay, I wish that we did the segment before we were going to talk about his EPL too big for Mauricio Sarri, which I do think it is. You can't buy the most expensive goalie ever and be trying to replace him for penalties, dog. You don't do that.
And let's keep it a stack. And you're not trying to replace your most expensive goalie in the world for Willy Caballero.
No, here's the thing. And I remember this because I watched this match. Willy Caballero won that cup against, I think it might have been against Chelsea in the penalties. He was destroying those penalties, saving everything. That was a couple years ago. You don't buy the most expensive goalie purchase ever and take him off for penalties.
He better be able to do everything.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, dude.
He can't have a weak point, dog. He's making bank.
Mauricio Sarri said he hasn't talked to the owner in a month or something like that. If he would have called you, he'd be like, if you take him out for penalties, you know how stupid we look?
Hey, man.
You can't. Yeah, they got them phones still.
Hey, man.
They got them phones still. Yeah, exactly. You got this joint. Like,
Flip.
Hey,
man.
I'm like, dog, I don't care what kind of genius you think you are, you're not taking a dude that make 190,000 pounds a week off for penalties, dog. You better get over there and save the penalties, homie.
That's an expensive goal stopper.
Yeah, like, dog,
Jesus.
Nah.
I was giggling. I'm like, yeah.
You see how mad Sarri was? I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you?
I'm like, you have control over nothing.
Yeah, he's got to go. I'm sorry, dog. Like, you can't do it.
That'd be dope. What if like it was like, yeah, I'm kicking the ball too.
Yeah, I'm taking the first penalty too. Oh, that'd be so gangster.
I'm gonna keep it, and I hope he soars it. Like, damn, I'll keep it real. That was the most G shit I ever seen.
He'd be looking at me like, what? I make more than you. But yeah, so honestly, like people were turned up. Oh, like you can't do something. Whatever, dude. Like it doesn't seem like anybody in that locker room likes Mauricio Sarri. I think he's just not a good fit for that locker room. Maybe Thierry Henry should go there.
Honestly, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. I mean, Chelsea's not doing.
That's not a team that you need to necessarily. That team that just needs like someone they like and have fun and go
exactly.
Out
I mean, and Hazard's.
You don't need no funky tactics going on.
Yeah, no,
no center forward life.
And the thing is, like, I think Mauricio Sarri thought that he can bring his tactics from Napoli, from Italy, to EPL. You can't bring Italian tactics for real because EPL is not like that. You can bring
on the Jorginho dream.
You can bring what Pep Guardiola does.
You can bring what Conte brought. Conte
but I think Conte probably was. I mean, I can't remember, but I feel like Conte probably adjusted. It's like, all right, you know what? Like, what I'm trying to do is a little bit different. But like Mauricio Sarri plays a very pure style of football. Yeah. It's very Serie A based. It's like you can't really do that there because it's too ramshackle, dog.
Ramshackle.
You know what I'm saying? But Pep Guardiola, like I think he got those guys to really buy into the system because he has a different personality. I think Mauricio Sarri is a little bit like. They're probably like, oh, you smell like cigarettes, dog. Like, I don't want to do this.
Gross.
Okay, Caesar, do you want to talk about Robert Kraft? Or you want to go ahead and end it? This is your call right here. I'm making you.
I'm going to be real.
Yeah, yes, be real.
I don't want to talk about Robert Kraft because it's kind of like, I'm afraid I'm going to say something pretty wild.
Yeah. That's what you call cap, audience. That's called cap. He's got some things to do, and he's got some different priorities now. So we're going to go ahead and end the episode. We were supposed to talk about Robert Kraft.
Hey, I heard Robert Kraft out there in Florida wilding out.
We would have talked about it if he didn't have
okay, I'll just be bam.
Okay.
So over the weekend in NFL, Robert Kraft was investigating. He was hitting up a massage joint.
We were going to talk about it, but
Caesar got caught up.
Caesar's got some new priorities, and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a hater. But anyway, We Made It Podcast at WeMadeItPodcast.com. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. Hit us up. We're always available. WeMadeItPodcast at gmail.com. Hopefully you got some big things on the way. You know what I'm saying? You know we do the best soccer podcast in the world. Holla at us. Big dog status. Yeah.